Hello, good morning. I'm here again to make a short video explaining one of the science principles, the physics principle that can be used by some of our lawyers in court to explain to a judge in accident matters. Right? There are many principles in physics, but the useful principle for traffic accidents, for road accidents, is the second principle, Newton's second principle, known as, if you write it easy, it's called F equals to ma. Okay, I put it longer so you can remember. It's very short and you can remember it. F equals to ma. Now, F equals to ma means force is equals to mass multiplied by acceleration. So the force. Okay. Now why do we need this? Because yesterday, as I was in court, a judge in an accident whereby a high-powered motorcycle, 1000cc, crashed into a smaller motorcycle. But the evidence found that the engine block, which is made of steel, the engine block of the small motorcycle, the kapchai, was broken. Normally, when in an accident you see a lot of plastics on the road, plastics are broken and all that, that's very normal. But to break the engine, which is made of steel and so small, you need a great force to break it. So it's found in evidence that the motorcycle, the kapchai's engine was broken, was cracked. That shows the force is very hard. The force is very hard, right? Then force does not mean that a bigger thing, the bigger the thing, the force is greater than a smaller thing, because not only the mass is involved, acceleration too is involved. We're trying to prove that the high-powered motorbike was ridden at a very, very high speed. But the court asked me this question. It says, hey, if we follow the principles of physics, a bigger machine will always destroy a smaller machine. And that is not true. It's only half true. It's only half true. Because even a small bullet, but shot at high speed, it could destroy a bigger thing as well. So therefore, it's not always the big thing that can destroy a small thing. It will depend on the acceleration of that mass. So in this case, the high-powered motorcycle, which of course the mass is bigger than the smaller kapchai, but its acceleration, we are saying that it proves that the motorcycle was driven very fast because the acceleration was high, right? So how hard the force is will depend on how big the thing is and how fast it was. So in a case where a train touches a man, at 1 kilometer an hour. He touched him. But the force is not great. Why? Because the acceleration is low. So in order to explain why the force is great, we must show that not only the mass is great, but the acceleration too must be great. Right? Turn it another way. There was once a case whereby a kanchill hit a bus. And the judge asked, I don't believe that a small kanchill could actually make a bus move to one side. Well, try as I may to explain it to him, the judge couldn't accept it at that time. Right? Maybe now he would. Because if the kanchill was driven at 150 kilometers an hour downhill, when it hit the bus, which is going uphill, at possibly the bus was moving 30 kilometers an hour, the force of the kanchill will knock the bus and turn the bus one way. If it knocked at the side, if the rock knocks it at the right hand side, the bus would actually swerve to its right hand side because the force of the kanchill is so great. Right? So if you can explain to the court, okay, not always a big lorry or a bus will cause a great damage unless it is also accompanied by great acceleration. So it doesn't mean a small kanchill cannot knock a bus off its course. Okay, so that's not true. But it takes a long time to convince the court. Okay? But if they understand this principle, what is force? Force doesn't need big things alone. Like I said again, even a small bullet at high speed can go through a wall. Okay? That's all today. That's all for today. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.